Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Picky Choco, and in today's video we'll take a look at some interesting news. So Shenhe or Shenhe, whatever you may call her. So a new information that might give us an idea about her and Yunjin skills, new reruns and skins info, and a new potential dual weapon system. So tons of news, but before we get into that, I'd just like to say if you love watching these type of videos, do subscribe as it motivates me a lot, and also make sure that you won't miss on any latest news and stuff related to Genshin like this. Alright, now that we're done talking, let's actually dive deep into the video right now. So firstly, let's talk about Shenhe. So I'll just pop off a latest screenshot that was recently speculated. Boom! So now that we know, Shenhe is an official Polam cryo character who's said to be an exorcist and a main disciple of the Adepti Crane. This gives us a potential idea of why she might be a 5-star, which has a similar relation in case of Ganyu. Now take this with a grain of salt, but as of now, the idea of her being a main DPS kind of seems to be sus. If Ganyu pops around 2.4, now her elemental skill is said to be some sort of a cryo dash capable of knocking enemies and dealing a large cryo damage, and this seems to resemble Zhongli, and her elemental burst might have some sort of a large cryo AoE damage with a sort of resemblance to Kazuha's ultimate and even Rosaria's. Now the most notable thing that has been suggested to watch for the players is the overall cryo stacking and the damage output, mainly because of the rerun talks. Now moving on to Yunjin, latest speculations indicate her to be a 4-star Geo Polam user. As of now, currently we don't have any sort of ninja sense info, but a rough speculation indicates some sort of shield generation, which is usually done by Geo characters such as Ningguang, Noelle, etc. Now talking about the reruns, as per the latest speculations, Ganyu is said to have a very high chance of arriving in 2.4. As you know, 2.4 is the Lantern Rite time period, and the Ganyu winter relation is very obvious, which is also the Christmas time, so that could possibly be used as a marketing strategy to get more people to spend for her. And most importantly, Yubacha also overlooked on a Reddit post and said that it was worth looking, so yeah. So I personally hope that the rerun of some good character happens very soon. Now I'm not sure about this, but yesterday because of miHoYo's tweet on Twitter, which was basically Geo Polam Impact, made many people confused and excited at the same time, because 2.4 has a festival which ultimately belongs to the Liwa region, so why not a Zhongli rerun? But I honestly don't think it might happen, so do let me know what you think about the rerun in the comments. And secondly, there's one more thing. I don't know why, but it's repeatedly speculated that Kokomi might have a good use in the further update. Now talking about Yae MIKO, the only information that we have is Yae MIKO is a possible electro catalyst user. Now talking about the elements and that infusion with pyro and electro and all sort of that stuff, turns out that it was completely fake and was posted on some sussy section. The only thing that right now seems to make some sense is that Ayato and Yae MIKO might have a slight chance of being released together, which is in 2.5, just because of the Cherry Blossom Festival. So this was all the possible roadmap of the characters from 2.3 to 2.5. Now moving on to the new dual weapon system that might be potentially added in the future patches. So the initial thinking is based on this observation. Now if you have fought in some close combat and some intense situations, there might be some sort of congestion or a little bit of a problem between switching of those characters and the long range enemies who give a constant damage if we don't have any shield or long ranged unit. So instead of switching some parties or units for some small instance that require time or say split second, which overall seems to affect the gameplay experience, especially during the Spiral Abyss. So recent speculation suggests dual weapon might be possible. So this dual weapon might be a combination of ranged and close combat type as a single weapon, which will be very useful to combat the above situations and indeed will provide players with a new type of experience. So overall, it would be an interesting improvement from miHoYo, which will indeed result in some fascinating visuals and more handy weapon experience, helping players to combat both the ranged type of enemies. Now moving on to some 2.4 info. So as we know, it comes under Lantern Rite. It is currently being speculated that 2.4 might witness the arrival of new skins for the players. Now given the occasion, the skin might be specially designed for the Liwa based characters, and I really hope that they add some sort of special effects at least for the 5-star skins, and more importantly, not keep the redeeming options only limited to Genesis crystals. So overall, I'm very excited for 2.4, and I really hope that miHoYo bring Zhao or either Ganyu in 2.4. So overall, I'm very positive and will be looking forward to it. So that's basically it for today's video. Just thought I'll update y'all on some latest news about Shenhe, Yunjin, and possibly a new weapon that might change the way players operate the party system. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss on any latest news like this. As always, I'll see y'all in the next video with some interesting new news. Until then, stay safe and stay picky.